Yo, today's podcast is brought to you by Harris.com. Go to Harris.com/Titus and get $5 off your first order of Harris razors. The best razors in the world. We ain't kidding. And now, with the Armageddon update, give it up for Christopher Titus!
I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. And today, I'm going to break with my usually well-balanced, thoughtful dissertation on politics and social issues and say, suck my red, veiny member, Donald Trump. America is already great. You know how I know that? Because we got you running for president. Anything can happen in America, and not all of it good. You know, I thought we were making strides when we elected the first black president, but we obviously still have issues because some douchebag millionaire, that's right, you're a millionaire until you show your taxes like every other candidate for president. You said the first black president was a Kenyan. What kind of a comb-over humpback would go after a U.S. senator, head of the Harvard Law Review, and someone who gave up his time as a community organizer on the mean, crime-ridden streets of Chicago? This creep called that guy un-American? Oh, wait, that was you, Donald Trump. From your bankrupt ivory tower, you called a sitting U.S. president an illegal alien. What a fucktard. That's right, people, I'm pissed. Make America great again is such a bullshit slogan. It's like saying, let's make humans breathe oxygen again. And when do you want to go back to our greatness, you orange lying ass clown? When we committed genocide on the Indians? Should we give out more smallpox blankets, Donald? Or maybe we'd go back to when we enslaved an entire race of people because of their color. Or do you want to go back to a time when factories were pumping out so much pollution into the air and water that rivers were catching fire? Yeah, maybe we'd go back to when we put the Japanese Americans in camps because another country attacked us. Or let's go back to a time when there was no regulation on financial markets and we tanked the economy in 1929 and in 2007. Yeah, good job, you tax return hiding lying turd of a human being. Maybe we could go back to when America was really great, when the Ku Klux Klan was putting up billboards and lynching civil rights protesters, cops were shooting black people with fire hoses, and kids were shot by National Guard at an American college. Yeah, look it up, you giant Oompa Loompa. It's called Kent State. So what great America do you want to go back to? Before or after we started a war in Iraq when Iraq had nothing to do with the 9/11 attack? Yeah, I know what you mean. You want to go back to the great America that started a secret war in Vietnam and then later Honduras. Yeah, that was a great America that ran guns illegally to a third world country and then let the president totally slide. Or do you mean the great America during the Reagan years that cut funding for mental health and released mentally ill people into the streets and made our homeless population explode? Which great America do you want to go back to, you sweet potato-colored, ignorant, half-ass mobster that can't make money off fucking casinos? Because throughout our history, we have had struggles and trials. We have been ignorant and violated human rights with impunity. People starved and had no access to health care. Currently, you billionaire bitch, we have 4.9% unemployment, 3% interest rate, gas is $2 a gallon, housing is as high as it's ever been, stock market just set a record, and we lead the world in technology and have the biggest, strongest military on the planet. Oh yeah, and 20 million more Americans won't die because they can afford to see a doctor, you rapist, misogynistic criminal. Everyone wants to come here, and it ain't because we suck, Donald. I live in the best country on the planet, a planet where a DF student with a mentally ill mother and a drunk father like me can make a damn good living telling jokes. Anything is possible in America because it's not just great, but the bar that most of the world strives to reach. Currently, our president, a man you have derided as a fraud, pulled us out of the worst recession since the Great Depression and saved companies that are part of American history. And he did it with an amazing wife and family. No scandals and no divorces, you 3-time divorced, 4-time bankrupt, 5 kids with 3 different women, born with a silver spoon in your mouth, dick face. America's great. And the last 8 years proves it. Can we get better? Always. But not by looking backwards, you idiot, narcissistic, uninformed, insulated, overweight, road cone-colored dumbass. The only way we're going to make this country greater is to come together and make sure that an asshole like you never gets his hands on the wheel. Fuck you, Donald Trump, and all you stand for. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. Hey, everybody, Christopher Titus Podcast. There you go. That was my Armageddon update for today. I'm tired. I have to be honest. I after yesterday, Mr. Trump actually said, basically, and it's amazing how don't let this guy talk in public. He basically said that everyone's going to say this is different if you're a Trump fan. He basically said that if Clinton gets elected, she gets to pick the Supreme Court, and you can't do anything about it. And then he said, although the Second Amendment people could probably do something, but that would be a horrible day. He basically said, hey, if Hillary gets elected and changes the Supreme Court, shoot her. Basically what he said. Now, there's going to be a lot of pundits talking, no, he didn't. He meant use your voting power. Bullshit. He basically made a joke, and it was a bad joke, but a joke. That being said, you don't make a joke about shooting a possible presidential nominee. You just don't. That's being said, I also saw a recent video. Do you see the video, the side-by-side video? There's a video where Trump, remember when that young kid tried to reach for someone's gun to shoot him?
Yes.
And he panics. Trump loses and starts to run and gets behind a bald guy. Same thing happened to Clinton with another dude. Hillary just turns, stares the dude right in the eye, and Secret Service puts his arm around him, and Hillary never once broke eye contact with the dude. I'm like, okay, that scared me. I was like, wow, is she that much of a badass? Because I don't, and I don't mean badass in a good way. I mean, like, is she that doesn't give a shit? Because I can see that face talking to Putin. She probably knew the cameras were on her too. So, are you yawning?
I said Putin.
With me, Putin. With me, as always, the amazing, beautiful, lovely, transcendent Bombshell Rae.
What's up, people?
And over there, the scruffy and Sasquatchy slash hobbitish fetus farmer.
Hey!
So anyway, sorry. I'm done. I'm done now. I usually don't get to this point. I've been holding back. Politics and the gun thing and religion, it just gets crazy. And at one point, I think whether you piss people off or not, you got to take a stand. But I don't care if I don't really care what you think. The guy is a racist, misogynistic hump who won't show his taxes like everybody else did. He basically has said beat up people at my rallies. The guy, and I'm done. We cannot let America elect this guy. I'll suffer through Hillary for 4 years, but this guy can't be president. Period. That's how it is. Sorry. And there's all kinds of other stuff. There's stuff that's on, and I don't know if the Hillary campaign is waiting till later, but he's got a lawsuit right now because he raped a 13-year-old girl. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, there is. Do you have it in front of you?
No.
Allegedly.
Oh, allegedly. Okay, well, here's the thing. So let's say it's allegedly.
I just want to. Can we go back? Because you're on fire today.
I'm at a 12. I'm at a 12.
I'm at a 12.
I love my country too much to have this guy.
Bombshell Rae, effervescent. What's up, people?
Transcendent.
Whatever. So I did finally see that clip today, of him and the Second Amendment comment. And I hate Donald Trump.
Did you see the whole thing? Or just a little piece?
I don't know.
Go ahead.
What does that mean?
Well, he continues after. They keep cutting it. It was irritating me last night on CNN because they would say, he would go, if Hillary's elected, he basically says, the quote is, do you have it in front of you? If Hillary's elected, she gets to pick the Supreme Court, and then you can't do anything about it.
He said she'd do away with the Second Amendment.
Right. He said...
and there's nothing you can do about it. Well, there's some Second Amendment people there's something they could do or something, right?
Right.
Which I get. It was inappropriate, and I just think that he's an idiot. I think that the combination of arrogance and ignorance is frightening.
Right.
And I think that he makes rude, callous jokes. I think that when you're that wealthy and you grew up with wealth, my mom's doctor said yesterday he was quoting a journalist, I think for the New York Times or something. But
and Doc is right wing, right?
I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. But he said that Donald Trump was born on third base and thinks he hit a triple. And
wow. I love that's why that doctor's smart. Wow.
It's so true, And so I think that when you grow up like that and then you live like he lives, that so many people kiss your ass that you don't have to learn about compassion and kindness and being polite.
Or work.
Or anything.
Right.
And so I think that he makes terrible jokes. Comedy is not that easy. I know that because I listened to Raw Dog Comedy yesterday in my car and banged my head off the steering wheel repeatedly. So anyway, he's not... he's just not good at being funny, and he makes insensitive, callous jokes. That's what I think. I don't think that he really is advocating that people go shoot her. I really don't. I didn't get that vibe. I just thought, God, he's an idiot when I heard it.
No, I didn't think that. I thought, okay, so he agreed. He's a dumb guy saying dumb shit. That guy hangs out in a pub. That's the guy who's in your group of friends who hangs in a pub and says dumb shit. And everyone goes, Phil, shut up. Just shut up. That's what happens to that guy. That guy doesn't get to be president.
Yeah,
exactly.
That guy doesn't get to be president.
The problem with him, even if he didn't mean that he didn't want to actually have someone kill Hillary Clinton, the problem is that if he is our president, that's the kind of thing that starts international incidents.
Exactly.
Saying stuff, I said it as an accident because I have no control over my inability.
Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you're at the G8.
Giant pile of rotting, rancid, stinking garbage in a fat suit. With a toupee. I'm blown away by the ignorance of people that would even consider him.
Yeah.
To be in charge of our national security. I'm blown away by the amount of stupidity that has amassed in this country. But I'm just saying, in that instance, I think that he's disgusting. He just makes terrible jokes. If you remember when he's misogynistic when he referenced Megyn Kelly and said, "Oh, she must be menstruating."
No. He said she said, "My God, she was so angry. She's bleeding out of her ears, bleeding out of her eyes, bleeding out of somewhere else. I don't know." Mm-hmm. And it's like
that's right.
Yeah, it's horrible. He's horrible.
Referencing.
He's horrible. He also said, I tweeted out yesterday that one of the funniest quotes to me. It made me. If you go, there's a site that says 199 Donald Trump quotes, and some of them are just stuff from the Art of the Deal, which he didn't wrote. He had a ghostwriter wrote it. He didn't write it because he can't write a book. Guys, he can't write a book. Do you understand that? He had a guy. There's a guy who spent time with him. And there's another article that guy wrote that said, "I can't believe this guy is this far along," and he starts talking about him. One of the lines is he goes, "I'm doing great with Hispanics." He goes, "I'm leading with Hispanics, and I'm also leading with regular people." No, he said, "I'm leading with the Hispanic vote." He goes, "I'm doing great with the Hispanic vote. I'm also leading in the regular vote." The regular vote. That level of stupid is so funny if you're a comedian or you're a dude that's just on the street. But if you're running for president, that level of stupid is dangerous. You're stupid. And the people that get behind him, here's the only thing I hear now. The only thing I hear now about when you say anti-Trump things is, you want Hillary running things? I got to be honest with you. If you got to compare them, yeah. You know why? Yeah. Secretary of State, 40 years in public service. Her husband ran the country during one of the biggest economic times. He did a lot of mistakes, too. He's an idiot, as they all are. They're human beings. They're all idiots. But Donald Trump is a level of idiot. It's such a great quote, man. Born on third base and thinks he hit a triple. That is such a great quote. I think
that we should be able to actually nominate people.
That's what I said. Remember the draft? I said the presidential draft. I've been saying that for how many podcasts?
But no powers that be. I think that the people should be in charge of the draft, in that you may not want to go, but 72%.
Haven't I been saying this for 3 months?
No.
Yes, I've been saying this exactly.
I'm saying people that don't even want to run, that the country doesn't decide, letter. The people decide.
Yeah. That's what I said. You get a letter.
In your instance, the government's deciding.
No, they have to be voted on. No. You get a letter from the American people. You just get voted on. So there's a bunch of guys, like 10 guys. Elon Musk, all the guys that have heart. He wants to change the planet. He doesn't care if he loses money. He wants to change.
I just mean like Joe from the Body Shop.
Right. And there's some dude. And there's well, the problem is then you got to know Joe. So we take the best leaders in our country.
Okay.
But I get it. You get a run, and then we vote, and you just get a letter. But you just want the regular presidential thing, then. I want some people.
I want the people to just pick people, and those people may not want to go, but. Sorry, you have to leave your Fortune 500 company or the charity that you founded or whatever.
Right.
And just
basically go to the CNN heroes list. Basically,
yes.
When they've done, you go, okay, you go down that list. You go to a bunch of other Nobel Prize, any American Nobel Prize winners, scientists that are going and we sit down. And they have to sit through a 3-hour interview. That interview gets played on national television, all 3 networks and HBO. We get to watch all of them and they have to answer the same 20 questions. And then we all go, then we get a vote, just like American Idol.
There should be an evening gown round, a talent portion.
I agree. Heels, and with heels. They have to wear heels.
I'm totally in.
Yeah.
I think like the people
a bit
that
of humor
now
around?
win the Nobel Prize are the kinds of people that used to run governments, like Gandhi or, like Kennedy or whatever, like FDR, people that we used to have as leaders, Eisenhower. Those are the kind of people now that are winning Nobel Peace Prizes for their work in anything but politics.
Right. Now, Mitch McConnell should run a hardware store.
Oh my gosh, Mitch McConnell.
I mean, Paul Ryan. He basically, Paul Ryan's the guy that takes the tires off your car and puts new tires on. That's what he does. I mean, he's not. I see these guys in some of the Democrats too. I'm like, unless there's one guy that was on Trevor Noah this week, and he's an older black guy. He marched with Martin Luther King, and he's been arrested since he's been a senator.
I love this dude.
He's been arrested like 5 times
because I can't think of.
He's
right
still
now.
playing. Please look that name up.
John.
Yeah, he's a badass because he walks it like he talks it. He doesn't just say who he is. He actually stands up for it and shows who he is. And that's what we don't have anymore. John Lewis. Badass, just a badass. And the people on the right, too. When you see, I have to be honest, when it comes to the right, I watched Mitt Romney and I was like, he's a very wealthy dude, busts his ass. I'm not happy with the way he's made his money because he takes companies that have employees and just splits them up and sells them off. But when I saw him do that speech about Trump, I thought, this guy looks like he could run.
Okay, I'm so glad that you said that, because that was the point I was going to make.
He's not going to blow shit up. Mitt Romney's not going to blow shit up. I'm not.
And yet, when Mitt Romney was running, you hated him. You thought he was a moron. You thought he was going to destroy the country and knew nothing about government.
But he wasn't up against Donald Trump.
But that's what I was saying to my mom's doctor yesterday, is that now Trump is making all those guys that we hated, even, what's his sweater vest, although he still doesn't.
Santorum.
But better, better at least, But that's what I'm saying. I think that, it's just like this slowly degrading system where used to we had Lincoln back in the day. And do you know what I mean? And now we have Donald Trump. It's like slowly every time some new guy makes the old guys look better. And
it's Idiocracy, the movie Idiocracy.
Yes.
Mike Judge is not just a comedian, he's a prophet.
We have to pick the lesser of the evils available.
My dad taught political science for several years, and he said right now, really our choices are between two options: more of the same or blowing everything up.
Yeah.
Well, so let's look at that. Here's what I see the speech. Let's talk about more of the same. When the Republicans were in power last time, George Bush, who I met him, he's a nice guy. We had a picture with him, and I got to go to the White House, and it was great. But when it came to the people around him, Rumsfeld and Cheney, not the smartest leader. He didn't know how to surround himself with guys that were going to help the country. We ended up in Iraq. 5,000 U.S. soldiers died in a country that we didn't. Karl Rove for the political stuff. We don't have. For God's sakes, you know what I'd love to have? You know what I would love? I would love that we had this amazing Republican leader. Wouldn't that be great? Like amazing. Like I may not agree with him, but that guy. Okay, if the Democrats lose to that guy, at least that guy, there's going to be policies we don't like, but that guy's going to run the country. I didn't like all my bosses. I never did. I never liked all my bosses. Some of them I loved, some of them I hated. This guy has no idea what he's talking about. Half the day, he just says shit. He read his speech. God, he finally read a speech after the disastrous week where he basically went after a family who basically had their son killed in Iraq, a Muslim guy who saved all of his troops, got blown up. He went after him. Then he takes the guy's Purple Heart. This is great. By the way, he's the gift that keeps giving. He just really is. He is a Christmas present. He is a comedy Christmas present from the gods. The problem with it is I don't want to be laughing my ass off while the country burns. That's what I'm concerned about. So let's talk about this rape charge thing, because no one's talking about it. Cosby wasn't running for political office and had the rape charge. So this rape thing, there's a 13-year-old, supposedly the allegations are, there's a 13-year-old girl.
Bruce Jenner killed a girl on PCH. Oh, no, wait, that's not the scandal that we're not talking about.
Well, we'll talk about that too. You've
Trump?
already talked about that.
I can't help myself.
I know. Bruce Jenner, who's a hero because he got boobs, killed a person on PCH because he wasn't paying attention, rear-ended her. She pulled in another car and got killed. She actually pushed her into the oncoming traffic, and then she died, and he got off 100%.
Such a terrible person.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah,
so
that's
Donald
good.
Trump.
Bruce Jenner, by the way, not running for president. Not
but
not going to be not trying to be the leader of
he
the free
will if
world.
someone offers him a reality show doing it. 2 prior sexual assault court claims have been made against Mr. Trump. So I'm just saying, laying the groundwork for how misogynistic the man is. Megyn Kelly bleeding. He's called women dogs, slobs, pigs. He cyberstalked Megyn Kelly because she asked him to defend his words, and he didn't like that.
I got good words. I got the best
Of course, he
words.
attacked the
Nobody's
appearance
better
of
words than
Carly Fiorina and Heidi Cruz. So misogynistic. Just saying. Not necessarily a guy that would know boundaries with women.
The definition of misogynistic, actually.
Yes.
I mean, there's guys from the 20s that are like, this guy treats dames horrible.
Yeah.
Like that. That's how you get that. You go way back, and Ike Turner's going, this motherfucker don't know how to treat a girl.
He called Rosie O'Donnell a pig, Ariana Huffington a dog, Sarah Jessica Parker the least sexiest woman alive, which is amazing to me because he's got to have a mirror in his house.
What the hell are you doing here?
Yo, man, I'm back.
Oh my goodness.
Dude, I made up this whole thing that you weren't even real, brother. I mean, you got that thing.
Well, you know what, man? What happened is that the Witness Protection Program let me go, so I'm back.
Why don't you tell us you're coming back?
Because you don't need to know, do you, man? I move. I'm a cat. I'm stealthy. I'll go through the night. How you doing, beautiful?
Oh, hi.
Who the fuck's the fuzzy dude?
I can move.
You could share the chair with him.
Nah, I'll use this mic, man. It's cool. Damn, who is this dude?
He's a baby. We had a baby.
Yeah, we had a baby while you were gone. We needed someone to fill the chair, dumbass.
We met like 3 times.
Right.
Oh, yeah, but I meet a lot of white people, man. I don't remember any of them. It's cool. So what you guys talking about?
Donald Trump running for president.
He called her a bimbo. I can't.
Yo, that girl fine, man. Megyn Kelly from the Fox News. That's the only reason I watched that, man. That girl, give me a little
You
jerk
watch
time
Fox?
in the morning.
Oh my God.
Well, Megan with Megyn Kelly's on, man. You got to get some relief, and then you move on.
Dude, okay. Wow, you're back and you've already pissed everybody off. Thanks. Be quiet for a second. Go ahead, finish.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you
I'm
better watch your mouth.
Stuck on relief in the morning with Fox News. Okay. Anyway, so that's your groundwork. 2 sexual assault court claims. The first one was actually marital rape. Ivana Trump accused him of violent rape. She said under oath in a 1989 deposition that he had violently attacked her, ripped out her hair, and forcibly penetrated her.
Ugh. Well, I will say, was this after the divorce, or was this in the middle? Were they still married? This was in the divorce, right?
This was when they were breaking up. She said that he was angry that she'd referred him to a cosmetic surgeon who had botched a scalp reduction job to cover his bald spot, caused a lot of pain in his scalp, hence the reason he vindictively yanked on her hair.
Why are you laughing?
It's
because he's been saying it's really his hair?
No, what he did isn't funny, but why he did it is like I'm so angry that she referred me to a bad scalp surgeon reconstructionist.
Bitch.
Like, talk about
if you're going to send me to a scalp guy, send me to the best scalp guy there is.
like rich people problems.
Do you know my scalp is hurting right now? My scalp is mildly uncomfortable, so I'm going to rip your hair
And
out.
I need to have the best scalp because I have the best scalp.
Do you know why? Of course, when you get transplants, it's still attached. It's just
Right.
attached in a very haphazard, fan always on, orange, fuzzy.
Thin.
It's like Orange Julius mixed with cotton candy, and they had a baby.
You know the hair at the base of your neck, that hair that's real fine.
Baby hair.
The baby hair.
It's a
It feels
baby
it's
hair.
kind of fine.
It's
That's why his
Venus.
hair
His
is like
whole
that.
body is
That's why
covered
his
with
hair
it.
is like that because they now take strips down here and they reimplant it up on top. They take thousands and they actually sew it into your scalp and it grows there now.
the
But
worst.
it's that thin hair that's behind your head. Yeah.
It's a baby hair.
Yeah, it's a baby hair. Just a good baby hair.
So, this is the reason. So,
So that one's great.
I have an aversion to women
Yeah,
making
anybody
claims
who says
during a
that.
divorce. Amber Heard, lying.
Yeah, I will say this: anybody who makes crazy claims in the middle of a divorce, you got to color it right. Okay, so that's one we can.
The only reason, okay, I'm just
I'll shut up.
The only reason, so I have a.
Yo, man, you never shut up. I've been back 5 minutes and you never shut up.
Stop. Go ahead.
You know why I have an aversion to that. Howbeiver, at some point during the proceedings, everything got dropped, she obviously got paid off.
Right.
She signed a settlement agreement. And then when she was questioned about it after that, she said, I didn't mean it literally. That was her response. So she had said under oath that he tried to forcibly penetrate her.
He did that metaphorically?
But I didn't mean that literally.
He metaphorically tried to forcibly penetrate her?
I'm rich, bitch.
32 million in the bank, motherfucker.
Penetrate this.
Yeah, he metaphorically tried to penetrate
That's
her.
the only reason why I think it may have been true, because then she didn't lie well to cover it up.
What is the dollar figure there? What is the dollar figure?
For me?
You ripped your hair. If I rip your hair out and forcibly penetrate you, and we're worth hundreds of millions of dollars, what is the number?
The number is your estate, because you be dead and I'll be rolling in your money.
There you go. That's a real woman right there. That's a woman that's not a hair flipper. That's not a gold digger. That's some I don't care how much money you have. You're dead.
Oh yeah, I'll
and
kill
your
you
penis
in
is
your
in a
sleep.
glass case on my mantle.
No,
Ugh.
thank you.
Oh no.
Just your foreskin.
Ugh.
Okay.
That's a weird. I don't even know if that's a Jewish reference. I don't know what that means. It's like a serial
strange.
killer thing. He's gonna make what?
I'm gonna
I'm
turn
going
your-
to make a suit out of foreskins. I go to brisses all over this country and I collect small foreskins. One day I will have a complete suit. But by the way, when I rub up against something, a suit becomes much larger.
I'm gonna take,
I look
oh my gosh!
I look like David Byrne and stop making sense every time I rub against the wall. A suit of foreskins. Go ahead.
You gotta admit that's pretty funny what you just said.
He doesn't
Hey man,
have-
hey, you ain't lost being funny though. I'll say that right now.
Thank you.
Gosh, welcome to my new and old nightmare. I would just probably, because you don't have a foreskin,
Gross.
luckily.
Wow, you gotta stop. This is stuff that you've witnessed that you can't say.
Trust me, all
Fetus-
women.
My ears.
Fetus got his head in his
My-
hands right
my-
now,
my
and there's
brain.
tears coming out. He's
My
pushing his hands
brain.
into his eyes as hard as possible.
I'm telling you
maybe you shouldn't.
that
stop.
a lot of women are.
Ah,
It's shocking and dismaying to find that someone might still have one. In the,
Really?
in the aughts.
yeah.
My brain.
My dad my father was born in the 1800s, and they just didn't believe in it. So I've got an anteater.
My dad got circumcised about 5 years ago when he was 69.
How bored are you with your retirement?
He was born at home, and I look at fetus.
You know what? I just don't go to work anymore. What to do?
And my boss's parents.
What to do? What to
So
do?
people in their 70s, sometimes in rural areas, you're
the
from
investment's
a rural
working out?
area. My dad was born at home.
What to do?
I think my grandpa was born at home.
My dad was
Then
born at home.
Then
What?
his penis plays hide and go seek with your grandma.
They're both dead, so they don't do that.
What happened to you today?
Yo, man, she changed a lot since I've been gone. What the hell you talking about?
I didn't go
Foreskin, grandma hiding the sausage with your grandma.
No,
What's going
that's hide
on?
and go seek because it goes into its house.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway,
Yo, man, what?
my dad did get circumcised.
So
I
wait a
talk
minute.
about it on stage, and I don't know why, but he just
Yeah, I don't know why
luckily
either.
told me.
I don't know why you talk about your dad.
Luckily told me that he wasn't going to tell me. Well, I just had some trouble, some stuff in there. He called me to tell me he got circumcised because he was in the hospital. You guys are you both look ill.
Yo, man, what kind of trouble can you have, quote, in there? That's weird.
Right? What is that? What do you mean you had trouble in there?
Yeah, what the hell
I
does that
don't even
mean?
have any words.
I don't know. He said he'd finally taken off his turtleneck.
What? Hey, man, there's a blackberry in here. What? How about you getting food in this? Just crazy.
Well, at least I'm glad you're back, though.
Thank you, man. I found a popcorn kernel in my foreskin. What happened? You have to get rid of this. It's starting to collect refuse.
Refuse. He used the King's English.
Fetus still has a look on Fetus's face right now.
I wish this were a video podcast. By the way, you can see this live because Fetus looks like he's about to vomit, and he's purple. You can see this live on. Is it the 16th or the
Yeah.
5th? The 6th? Is it Tuesday?
Tuesday, August 16th, 5 p.m. at
Burbank Flappers. It's the first time we will have ever recorded this live. And, yeah, I see why it might be fun for people by looking at your face right now.
So what's the second rape charge?
It'd probably be more apropos to turn your ball sack into a coin purse. I think would probably be what I would do.
It's less disgusting, I guess, in
And-
comparison.
And actually, it fits.
It would also make the gift shop more interesting.
I'm so glad you're back, dude.
Okay.
I need a coin purse.
Right this way, my friend.
I'm bringing coin purses back.
Ball-shaped coin purse.
Wouldn't it be a coin sack at that point?
It would be a coin sack.
Satchel.
All right, man. This two got it. Oh, sack funny, by the way. Nice job. You tried to top it, but you missed. It was good. That's right.
Willie, back off. She loves you and you love her.
Is he being mean to me?
He just was, yeah. He was being
He
mean.
wouldn't be mean to me.
Nah, I wasn't being mean. I'm just saying, maybe sack funnier than Satchel. That's right. Satchel, by the way, is a smarter, but sack
Your
funny.
artistic expression actually is out of whack today because Willie would never be mean to me ever.
He wasn't mean. I didn't think. Do you think you're mean?
The
No,
other,
I love this girl. She went purple too. Is that on Prince? Because I hadn't seen you guys since Prince passed.
the other.
No, it's
That's
the-
what I thought you were on a pilgrimage because Prince died. The other rape. So what are you saying about the first rape?
I'm just saying, Ivana, I agree with you that if that basically she signed a non-disclosure, they paid her a lot of money. She signed that she could never talk about it again. Then she said, "I was, he metaphorically raped and penetrated me." Okay, all right. So I do agree that it's possibly maybe a little more viable. But there's the other one, him and that other rich guy.
He raped a rich guy?
No, him and the other No, him and the rich guy had sex parties, and they brought 13-year-old girls in. That's what I was reading. Yeah,
Can you imagine seeing that
No.
pile of buffoony blubber,
It was,
just all smug and
just a weird orange glow walks in the room. Feather looks like his head's out of focus because of those goofy ass hairs on his head.
This is more disgusting than the previous conversation we
man.
had.
You know,
Donald-
Donald Trump looks like something from the Pink Floyd album cover, The Wall. He looks like one of those characters from that one. Like Dr. Seuss got hammered and just
Yeah.
drew this goofy ass evil thing. That's
Dr.
what it looks like to me.
Seuss on acid.
Yep.
On a bad trip. Another woman accused Donald Trump in 1997. She was 34 years old at the time. Jill Harth, she alleged in a federal lawsuit that he violated her physically and mentally when he touched her intimately without consent after her husband went into business with him.
Is that part of the deal?
The
Is that-
lawsuit
Is that the
called-
art of the deal, right? Is that the art of the deal right there?
The lawsuit called the multiple acts attempted rape.
Oh, my God.
Shortly thereafter, she voluntarily withdrew the case when a parallel suit against Mr. Trump brought by her husband was settled.
Wow.
In 2016, she asked if she, by The Guardian, they asked her if she stood by these sexual assault allegations, and she said yes.
So I want you to search this. I want to search this other case because I read all about it, and then now it seems to be the internet.
This says that this was during a beauty pageant. He repeatedly propositioned her for sex and groped her, culminating in one night a frightening incident where he restrained her, forcibly kissed, fondled, kept her from leaving, and kept her against her will. He told her that he would be the best lover she would ever have.
Okay, so let's talk about something right now. So everybody who's listening to this right now, if you're a Trump supporter, I want to talk to you. And if you have friends that are Trump supporters, I want to talk to you to talk to them. The point to me is not that this guy did this evil shit. He's a billionaire businessman. He's probably, there's a certain level of money people get to where all of a sudden they have access to things that are literally on the devil's list. You know what I mean? You get weird sex. You can do. There's a level of money that all of a sudden the world is basically your dildo. You can do whatever you want, whether it's drugs, and I think Hillary's played that game too, where she, whether it's investigations and stuff. Investigations go away. You don't get tickets when you get stopped. I had my TV show. I had a little bit of that. Like cops would just go, "Oh, hey, Titus. Oh, go ahead, dude." I mean, that's happened to me in the past. From my tiny little bit of fame. I can't. My tiny bit of fame.
Oh,
I
what
can't.
happened?
I can't imagine what it's like at the billionaire superstar level. I can't imagine it. So, that being said, President of the United States, all I remember is, although we know that George Bush went into rehab for cocaine and alcohol problems, he didn't drink or do cocaine as his president, and he didn't have any scandals. We know that Bill Clinton had scandals, but was a decent president. I don't think that a guy running for president should have prior rape allegations. Anybody else? Anybody think that should? I mean,
Hard.
uh
Hard.
oh.
A third woman.
Okay.
has accused Mr. Trump of rape very recently. This was in April of this year.
Oh.
She claims that when she was 13 years old, she was held as
it.
a sex slave to Mr. Trump and his friend Jeffrey Epstein.
Yep.
She claims to have a witness that is going to testify in the case. It's a federal complaint. She obviously consent wouldn't matter because she was 13 at the time. She was enticed to attend sex parties at the home of Jeffrey Epstein with the promise of money, modeling jobs. Epstein is a notorious billionaire pedophile who is currently a level 3 registered sex offender, the most dangerous kind, and considered a threat to public safety. He has been convicted of misconduct with another underage girl. This woman, Jane Doe.
Yo, man, white people be crazy.
They're protecting
relax.
her name because she was underage at the time. This woman, Jane Doe, she says that he initiated sexual contact with her on 4 separate occasions. She was 13 at the time. On the 4th incident, he tied her to a bed, forcibly raped her in a savage sexual attack while she pleaded with him to stop. He violently struck her in the face. She says afterward, he said if she were to ever reveal what he had done, he told her that she and her family would be physically harmed if not killed. She's been in fear of him ever since.
Can I ask a law question?
Statute of limitations?
Yeah.
Okay, well, New York has a 5-year statute of limitations. It's a legal deadline for filing. Obviously, that's long gone.
Except she's a minor.
They are arguing in court that because she was threatened and she's been under duress the whole time, she should be permitted this additional time to come
Also, at the
forward.
time, she was a minor, and I think that the court should give leeway there.
Legally, it's called tolling, which is stopping the clock. It allows more time to file a case.
Once he threatened her, that's the clock stops. And once he said that if she brings it up, he would have her killed.
2 documents are attached. Sworn declarations from several people attesting to facts in the case. And then also this.
Wow. Okay, so do me a favor. After this, by the way, after this, we're going to read Hillary's rape allegations, okay? We're going to read all of Hillary's where the 13-year-old boys got raped by Hillary. We're going to read those after this, just to keep it even.
The only person Hillary's probably ever raped is Bill. Like, let's be honest.
Trust me, I'm sure there's a couple of females somewhere, some young girls.
There's also a second. So apparently Epstein also raped her, and he said that he should have been the one to take her virginity, not Trump, like it was a competition between the two. The second declaration
I'm going to get sick.
is signed by
Yeah, man, I'm
someone
feeling nauseous
they're
myself.
calling Tiffany Doe, who was actually a separate party, Mr. Epstein's, quote, party planner from 91 to 2000. She says that her duties were to get attractive adolescent women to attend these parties, meaning underage girls.
I'm stunned. What is wrong? You think you're a man? You actually want to fuck a kid? You think you're a man? Are you seriously? What is it? What is wrong with these humps that they actually believe that you know what, that kid's 13. My daughter's 14 years old. I don't understand why some father hasn't just taken one of these assholes out. That's crazy to me. That's crazy. What kind of sick, twisted human do you be to actually even be excited by a 13-year-old? What is wrong with you?
Well, so you have an eyewitness who's come forward. She said that she was afraid prior to now. She actually witnessed sexual assault on these young girls.
She's also an accessory if she planned the party.
Her claims appear credible. Obviously, yes, she may be in trouble.
She's in trouble.
She says, so here's what you know, that this dude is a level 3 registered sex offender.
This is his buddy.
You also know that his relationship with Trump it's well documented. They were together all the time. They were buddies. Donald Trump was quoted a few years ago as saying, this was before he got busted, "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life."
So let me talk to the media out there right now, because you guys suck. CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, you guys are the worst. I can't believe that no one's even covering this. This is out here. There's actually witnesses. There's the girl and 2 other witnesses, and you guys aren't even talking about it. You know what? I tell you what. The media is such a piece of shit right now. All they're doing is letting it go. You know why? Because if they bring this, it stops. This stops the election.
Rape
and
culture.
All of a sudden, yeah. Well, this actually totally stops the election, and what happens is that then pretty much Hillary's going to be done. And the GOP, you know what I think? I think the GOP knows about this, and all the Clinton campaign has to do is let this keep going forward, keep helping it when they can, and then right at the end they pull it out.
And by the way, we have talked about Hillary. We did a whole episode on
Yep.
her, on the
Yeah, well, you know a lot. You know a lot. Yeah,
on the
there's-
people that she suicided.
So here's what I'll say about that. So Trump claims he's the biggest deal maker in the world, right? He thinks he's the greatest deal maker. Yeah, right. He said that
does,
repeatedly.
yes.
I can make the best deals. What
Nobody
kind of-
makes better deals than me.
I make the best deals. I have the best words, and I have a good brain.
Which is
Okay.
bad grammar.
By the way, people who have good brains don't tell people they have good brains. Or they use different words. I'm quite intelligent. My IQ is 165. You don't say I got a good brain. That's what you say when you're in Walmart, arguing about why your credit card won't go through. So, Hillary has been held up as this criminal. Benghazi and emails. Two things: Benghazi emails, and no one's bringing up Whitewater. No one's bringing up all this stuff. Hillary has been charged with how many things over the years? Like 25 different things. Like not charged, but she's been accused of a bunch of stuff. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Then the Republicans formed committees and went after her, full on investigated her. She has never been indicted, arrested, or done time.
She's got power, man. She's terrifying.
I would just say, I just don't want to confuse this by making Hillary out to be a better person
She's
than
not.
she
No,
is.
I'm not saying she is.
You kind of are. Like
No,
you're
no,
sort
no.
of lately in the last 2 weeks, you've sort of jumped on
Well,
that
honestly,
bandwagon.
I will say this. Compared to Donald Trump, she's a better person.
Absolutely.
I would say 100%.
Comparatively.
No one puts 40 years of their life into public service and is not a better person than Donald Trump. Now, once they were president, do I think she's like everybody else who had a lot of power and is a narcissistic psychopath? Sure. Compared to Donald Trump, she's not fucking 13-year-old boys. You know, she's not hanging out with a level 3 pedophile.
Well, I don't know if you can really hierarchy the sins, you know. So Vince Foster, who she very likely was banging, and
He wasn't 13 though, was he?
no, but he's dead.
That's true. That's valid.
So Donald Trump didn't kill the 13-year-old. I mean, I'm just saying, how do you say one is better than the other? They're not. And that's what I think is wrong with our system right now, is that we're always like, well, at least she's not, you know, do you hear that? Like, well, at least she's not raping 13-year-old girls. Well, at least he's not murdering everybody that disagrees with
That's
him.
valid.
What?
That's valid. But I'm just saying that when it comes to so one of them knows how to play the game really well. One of them just a loud mobster fuck. So now, and do I think she's a criminal? I don't know. Here's the thing with him. He's in 1,000 lawsuits right now. Over 1,000 lawsuits. Some of them with companies that went under because he didn't pay them. They did the work in the Atlantic City casinos and they didn't pay him. The guy talks about he's the best businessman in the world, yet he's gone bankrupt casinos 4 times. How do you fucking lose money with a casino? How do you not have a casino in Vegas?
Well, I do know that often people just he never personally went bankrupt, but
No, he bankrupt 4 casinos.
to avoid paying debts. A lot of times people use bankruptcy as a tool to build something grand and then avoid paying debts. And it used to be easier. Back in the day, bankruptcy was great. When I was working for those attorneys, everybody was filing bankruptcy. But now it's obviously a little more strict because of that.
So he has absolutely no moral compass. He basically used the system to screw people that had done the good Americans who did their job, right? He talks about bringing jobs back to America. He makes his ties and his suits in China. Like, it's one thing after the other. There's no upside. At least Hillary, 40 years of public service, Secretary of State. You know, again, the way she looked at that dude when the Secret Service thought she was going to assassinate, I'm like, okay, she scares the shit out of me. But I'd much rather have her sitting across the table from Putin than this douchebag, because Putin.
Yo, man, you guys still doing the Putin joke? I'll tell you what. I've been listening. I don't know what's going on. I've been witness protection for a while, so I love the Putin joke, man. Putin.
All right, Willie, are you up to speed yet?
Who's Donald Trump again?
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, Jesus. Willie, stop. Just stop. So there's no upside to this guy. And then every day, on a daily basis, he walks up and says something stupid. That being said, Hillary Clinton was Secretary of State, sat at the rooms, and I can't wait till she's done. I honestly can't. If she's elected, I can't wait till it's over. Just get us through the next 4 years. And for God's sakes, if anybody listens to this and is a good person with a business record or a social service record or a political record that doesn't suck and just nut up. Just nut up.
Or could we move on from the Clintons and the Bushes? Could we just move on?
Well, yeah, because the monarchy is over. We're not supposed to be a monarchy.
Right.
I voted for the model train enthusiasts, so.
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah, Bernie. Oh, Bernie was so sad watching him at Clinton's at the convention. Bernie sat there. He basically sat there like your grandpa sat at Thanksgiving dinner when no one wanted to talk to him anymore. Kind of grumpy, just sat there, man. And they'd reference, "We love Grandpa. Grandpa, shut up and eat your pie." That's kind of how they Bernie was at the Democratic convention like that. Grandpa, shut up and eat your pie.
I'm just saying, if everybody came together that thinks that they're going to waste their third-party vote, then it wouldn't be wasted.
Right. Well,
get on that. Lead that movement, Spark
well,
Plug.
but see, there's two problems with that. The first problem is that everybody tells you, don't vote third party because you're wasting your vote. Well, no, I'm actually voting for who I want. I'm not wasting my vote if I vote for who I want. I'm actually doing the right thing as an American. The other side of the question is that if you vote for someone third party and you know they're never going to win, what's the point? It gives you the ability to bitch for the next 4 years. You get to walk around and just bitch. No, I didn't vote for him. Fuck that guy. That's worth it to me right there. If I vote for somebody I think and they win and then they suck, I got nothing to say about it.
Who's that? Is it Brad Johnson? Is that who it is? There's another third party who's running, who's almost at the 15% threshold to be allowed into the debates. 15% polling.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
There's another guy that started running on the GOP side. A guy, an ex director of the CIA or ex staff from the CIA. There's another guy. It's getting my prediction, people. I'm going to call it. Donald Trump will quit this race if this continues to go down. He drops 10 more points to the ball. I guarantee.
You actually have a $40 wager with Bombshell.
I bet Bombshell $40 that Donald Trump's going to quit. He's
only polling at 18% right now. He went from 45 to 18, and of course, in the span of a week.
But how come our media is not talking about this rape charge or the 1,000 lawsuits with people that he just screwed over out of money?
Well, you already answered that question. How is that in the media's best interest?
Yeah,
they want the horse race.
Well, eventually they're going to have to turn and jump on it because the first person that breaks this story nationally is going to be that everyone's going to watch that channel, and then it's over. He'll quit. He'll drop. Now, I don't know what the GOP can do, except Kasich hasn't dropped out yet. Kasich hasn't dropped out yet.
I'm not sure.
No, he didn't. He's still on the ballot.
He never withdrew from the race.
Yeah, he just went home. He just went, hey, man. He's sitting in a room by himself and can't believe it. Guy bullshit talking. Meh. Yeah, one day.
I don't love Kasich, but, I mean, he was the best out of the Republican, better than Cruz.
See what I mean? See, hear how we vote now?
Right, there's no excellence. I agree with you 100%. Please.
Bernie was excellence to me. But.
Do me a favor, people. Yeah, let's stop voting. Let's stop voting hyperbole. Let's stop voting who's the loudest on TV. Let's stop voting who's got a really well-produced convention. And let's start voting the person again. Because right now, the two people we have, the only thing I say is she's for 40 years she survived public service. I don't think she has a stellar record. She hasn't really accomplished anything. Although she was the first person who started pushing public health care. She was the one who started the child health care laws. She has done some things, tried to do some things. Trump, by the way, said he was trying to buy a project in New York, and said he was going to make low-income housing, and he built $1 million condos.
That is low income to him.
Are you talking about the thing I was talking about last night? They didn't let him.
Oh, they stopped him. Oh, I thought it got done.
Doc. My mom's doc is a Jewish guy from New York, and he said that a lot of people there know things about Trump and have opinions about him because of who he was within their city. And that was an example. He was trying to displace all those people that lived in that place on the Upper East Side and build low-income housing. But
that's what he said.
His proposal, quote, air quotes, but his proposal was that the apartments were going to start at $1 million each for a tiny little... They didn't give it to him.
Fetus raised his hand.
Yes.
Yo, man, is that the new rule? We got to raise our hands now?
Yes, you should follow that.
God, I ain't raising my goddamn hand.
Oh my God.
Willie, you can just keep jumping in and interrupting like you always do.
Go.
All right, I will.
I just have a minor soapbox in that I think that we get all...
Well, today's the day for it.
We get caught up in the presidency and as this big thing, but we can't forget that sometimes the biggest impact you can have with your vote is in local elections.
Congress,
well, not even Congress and Senate, but just like your mayor, your councilmen and women, like there are primaries going on all across the country right now for lower end stuff, like who your sheriff is. Even that's the kind of stuff that can have a major impact in your community that people just don't know about or don't bother to do the research for. So do your research, get out there, get off your ass, read a newspaper, find a book, talk to somebody in your town hall, and figure out who you want to vote for, because you won't have a bigger impact with the presidential vote than you will locally.
True. Also, Congress. Your congressman is really important. Right now, we've got – okay, so let me ask. I don't care if the current people were Democrats or Republicans and continue to stonewall every fucking thing. I vote them out. Just vote them out. Guys, if we just clean house one time, just clean it. I don't care who – what if you get Democrated? What's going to get worse than this last 4 years? You know, these guys did nothing to the point they wouldn't even hold votes, because then you'd have a record that they voted against something that you might have wanted. All right, I'm done with this politics shit.
Oh,
Trump,
my goodness.
By the way, fuck Donald Trump. He shouldn't be president. He can't be president. Do everything you can to stop it, unless you want it, and then you deserve it. You know what I need right now?
Xanax.
Close shave. I need a really close shave.
And a Xanax.
And a Xanax and some lotion.
To relieve yourself?
No, for after I
gosh.
shave. Stop it, man.
I'm just trying to keep up with what's going on with the show.
Well, you're not doing a very good job of it.
Hey, give me look. That's my first day back. Damn.
It's not all about relief. Harry's. Hey, by the way, Harry's has a new Snapchat filter. Have you seen it?
No, we have a new Snapchat. No.
It's got.
Can you do me?
Oh, he's doing it right now.
For me?
It's great. It gives you a full head of facial hair. Even it connects to your eyebrows because it's misreading your eyebrows as a beard. And then it puts shave lotion on their faces, and then the razor cleans your face up. It's really cool. Anyway, fetus.
Oh my God! It turned me into fetus.
Our millennial is.
That's
showing
phenomenal.
Titus
That's crazy.
Right now. So check out Harry's Snapchat filter.
Hey, by the way, if you guys want to see what you look like you're on Duck Dynasty, go to the Harry Snapchat filter. That's hilarious.
I can't talk. You have to talk about Harry's while he does my face.
So they're doing Rachel with a beard right now. By the way, a lot of people said Rachel has been my beard for a long time, but it's not true. I
am.
You raise your eyebrows up.
No, raise your eyebrows up.
They're up. Are they not up?
That's all you can do.
No, like...
How much Botox do you have in your face right now? Yeah, I can't feel my face. How high are they up yet?
Are they not up? I'm trying.
Are they not up? So Harry's, guys, as always, the other day, actually yesterday, we went on vacation.
I'm awesome.
Let me see.
You're right.
Oh my God!
You're welcome.
It actually connected to your eyebrows. You look scary. You look like a Star Wars character. That's good. Go to Harry's. Go to Harry's. Harry's.com Snapchat filter.
Not Harry's.com Snapchat filter. It's not a website.
What is it?
Oh, listen to our little baby laughing at
Yo,
you.
man, you old, man. You old. You old. And this little punk right here, man, he all technological and shit.
Yeah, he's all technological and shit.
Anyway, we love Harry's. Most importantly, you should go to harrys.com/Titus and use promo code Titus to get $5 off of your first order.
Here's
which means
why.
you get the Truman set for $10.
Here's why. I've never had a razor that shaved better. Not just saying that. I came back from vacation. I had two problems. We had a couple weeks off. I let my beard grow. And it was actually almost got beardy. I got a little white.
There were people commenting.
I got a little white patches, which I don't like. I don't like. I'm getting older. I'm becoming an older human.
Yep.
And Harry's razor, 5 blades, took it off like nothing, and it was like sometimes like the other blades they get messed up. The only there's so many blades that you have to rinse it. That's it. But it will give you by far the closest shave.
And you got your new Harry's.
I did. I saw my new one. Yeah, the new stuff. And the one with the colored handle, the green one. And there's a new one just came in too.
Which one is your favorite?
The one I have that's the best. I like the green one. It's army green. It makes me feel like tough, like literally like I'm invading another country with a clean shave.
You're kind of special, I think, because you got both of them. You got the one with the rubber grip handle.
Yes.
And then you got the metal one.
I got the metal one, and I got the gold one. I got the gold one too.
Set.
I'm kind of getting that weird collector-y thing. Like, I've got almost all the razors.
I need to get another one. I'm almost out of razor blades.
Yeah, but they're good. Anyways, guys, harrys.com /Titus. You will get a deal. You get $5 off. It's $10. I'm telling you, order it once. I guarantee you'll be shocked what you get for $10.
It's pretty cool. So it's the 5 blades, the flex hinge, because now they want you to be able to shave under your nose, which I'm happy for.
The new flex hinge. Yeah, good. Also, it helps with your taint. And now.
Oh, my gosh. harrys.com /Titus, promo code Titus.
Free shipping.
Yeah, man, it's hard to shave down there, man. You gotta lift things, move things,
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
move it over the slide. Hey, yo, you don't like it smooth? You gotta be manscaped, man. You gotta keep
Telling
that
you,
smooth.
I agree
their
with him.
slogan should be Taint Harry.
Taint Harry.
And now.
No, it's no. Their slogan should be. You don't remember.
My dad's?
Yeah.
Face
Yeah.
the day?
Face the day. That's
yeah.
it. harrys.com. Face the day.
Taint the day.
And now, from sea to shining sea, continent to continent, and sometimes space, it's Bombshell Rae with the Bombshell News.
A Toronto man was out at the bars partying this past weekend, had so much to drink that he mistook a police car for a taxi, climbed in the back seat.
I love people.
The guy actually, he was driven straight to the police station.
Hey, yo, man, this Uber, you got lights on. It's a pretty Uber. It's like a disco Uber, man. You got lights flashing. It's cool, man. Why is there a gate in front of me?
Because he had
Right?
outstanding warrants.
Wow. The cops had to be like, that's the opposite of every other story we see about cops. Instead of having to chase a guy down where he tries to run him over the car and they shoot the guy, this guy just got in the back. He just got in. I don't know what happened, Phil. Me and Phil are sitting there eating donuts, right? This guy gets in the back, says, take me home. And we checked this thing. He was already in the back. What the hell?
The equivalent's like you go fishing and the fish just jumps in your boat. Like,
I guess we're done. I guess we're done.
Yeah, let's go home.
Theft suspects tried to pawn the items back to the owner without knowing.
Tried to sell them back their own stuff.
According to a report from Clarksville police, this guy Jeremy and his girlfriend Jessica, they robbed someone and then took the items to a pawn shop that was owned by the guy that they had robbed.
Wow.
His name was Edward Dial. He recognized his items. Went home, got all their information, got their license, everything. He was like, God, this looks familiar. Goes home and sees that his house has been burglarized. Realizes it is his items.
He didn't know it was stolen yet.
No.
I love it. I have a saw just like that.
And a PlayStation and a bunch of other stuff. But anyway, he goes home.
And it has my initials on it, just like that one.
Weird.
Yeah.
But unlike most people that go home and realize that their houses have been broken into, he had pictures and driver's license and addresses for the people
Very
that had
thorough
robbed
buyer.
his house.
How did he have all that stuff?
Because they pawned it at his pawn shop.
Oh, and he had to take their information.
Yes.
That's really dumb. I love
dumb
that.
thieves.
And more Trump voters get arrested. That's all I hope for. We should just start calling this segment Trump voters.
Trump voters.
Trump voters.
Are you waiting for me?
Yeah, you always. Next story.
You both kind of just stare at me expectantly. It's
Yo, man, she's still on the news, right? That's still her job?
Yes, that's still her job. Right?
authorities say a
Yeah.
man caught climbing a fence at a Southern California jail was trying to get in and not out. 28-year-old Shane McDonald.
Taco Tuesday. Taco Tuesday. Some people just get in bed. You like Taco Tuesday. I'm going over the fence.
This was in San Bernardino, not far from us. He was caught while he was trying to scale the fence Sunday morning. He had a warrant out for his arrest, so he's now in jail for the warrant and trespassing.
So he wanted to get back into prison. Is there any reason why he wanted to get back into prison?
No one knows yet.
He kicked a ball over the fence.
Well, he didn't. Damn it! I hate when I play tennis and that happens.
But it sounds like a lot of people, have warrants out and are he climbed into prison, the other guy climbed into the cop car. I feel like this is a nice direction that we're headed.
That'd be interesting that the prison system gets overrun with people who just can't pay their bills because the economic situation is so imbalanced. Like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to go back to prison. Why? Had a place to live, had food every day, played cards with some good guys. Sure, I got raped, but that's not the point. The point is you take what you got to do to get what you want.
Do you see how that feels when we look at you expectantly?
Look, man, we don't call it raping. We call it scare them a little bit.
Oh, God.
Yeah, they don't exactly rape if they just scare you a
he's
little
back.
bit.
What are you saying? Scar him a little bit?
Scare them a little bit.
Scare
man.
him a little bit.
Yeah, man. A lot of people say, like, in prison, like, you gay. No, man. You just mess with the wrong dude. I'll bend you over. Then we get naked. I'll scare you a little bit.
Asserting your authority.
There you go. That's it. He got it, man. I like this dude. I may not have to scare him a little bit.
Do not assert your authority on me.
No, it's already been asserted, my friend.
Okay.
It's already been
Willie.
inserted.
Willie,
Man pleads
Willie,
guilty
back off the fetus, please.
to hiding 7.2 grams of cocaine in his foreskin. I had to find a foreskin story.
Here's the interview. How did that get there? Hey, that's not mine. I'm sorry, sir. It's in your foreskin. I'm holding it for a friend. Okay, stop. Just stop talking at this point. You have cocaine in your foreskin. It's yours. There's nothing else to say. You're
Perfect
done.
hiding place.
Who searched his foreskin?
This should be the foreskin rule.
Was the dog on him?
If
Was
anything
the
is
drug
in your
Was the
foreskin.
drug dealer just like, nope, it's right there?
I
Nope.
would say that's pretty poor foresight.
Automatically to jail. Automatically.
Automatically. Even as the dude carried
Labia or foreskin rule.
and by the way, the cops that found it bumped up instantly. You're FBI now. You just got bumped up.
You're extremely good at investigation.
You're the director of the FBI now. You found cocaine inside someone's foreskin. You win. And we end. And take your dog with you. That's a great dog. We love that dog.
There's only one place that the cocaine could be.
I hadn't thought of that. How did they find it? I didn't think about that.
In his foreskin. Hold on, sir. Because that means they had to strip search him. Then he had to get.
He was already naked when they got there.
Oh.
Okay, well,
He was in a
helping him
furniture
out.
store shouting and disturbing people.
Oh, see, I pictured like a guy trying to I pictured like Midnight Express guy trying to coolly walk through customs with cocaine in his foreskin. I didn't realize he's in a mattress store naked, running around with cocaine falling out of his foreskin.
This guy's the cop in the report. It actually says that while he was in custody, a baggie containing white powder began to emerge from his foreskin. So they delved.
Hey, Jim, how much
they
you want
delved
to bet
further.
By the way,
cocaine?
my favorite sentence of the year so far, a bag with a Y something started
What
to
was the other one? The biscuit
emerge
can.
from his foreskin.
No, cinnamon roll can exploding in someone's anus was your favorite before.
Oh, that was good.
Oh, that's pretty good too. So we got the top two right now.
All right, top two. I'm
Keep the list.
Yeah, we should get that. So that one got. Someone stole cookies or biscuits. It was like biscuits, Poppin' Fresh biscuits, and they put it in their butt. Which
Biscuits.
really, really. If someone ever walks up to you at Whole Foods and they're holding a can of biscuits or whatever, and they say, "Where's the bathroom?" Don't let them go. Just don't tell them. Just say, "We don't have one. Please put the biscuits back." How much effort is it to biscuits are like $3, right? $4.
I don't know.
Why would you spend that effort putting them in your ass? That's a lot of effort. $3.
That's a lot of ass.
Yeah, that's a lot of ass. That's a big
Biscuit cans are not small.
No.
Right. It's like shoving a Coke can up your butt, right?
Well, also, what's more difficult, shoving like
Or
biscuit
earning
can up your
$3,
butt, or putting a baggie of cocaine in your
foreskin. Wow.
What's
you know
more
what?
difficult?
You know what?
Would you rather?
Question for the ages. I think question for the ages. And on that note, I think we should end. While you guys ponder what's harder, putting a can of Poppin' Fresh biscuits up your ass or cocaine in your foreskin, we're going to wrap it up.
I just have a great visual because everyone knows how much I love dogs. Both
Right.
of mine are actually asleep in my chair right now.
Yep.
2 dogs in a West Virginia Walmart parking lot. A woman went inside to shop and she left them in the car, but she left the car running with the air on because she loves them and doesn't want them to die.
That's good.
Smart,
right?
smart.
And so people in the Walmart parking lot got confused because the car started slowly going around the perimeter of the Walmart parking lot.
One of the dogs had shifted it?
Yes, and you know that if you saw that You would think that someone was pulling a prank on you, right?
Right.
Like, because
dogs are great when it's moving. They're up on the window looking.
Of course, they're both, but there's two of them. They're both looking out the window, and the car just slowly goes. People said the car just slowly rolled by.
Wow, we're really moving.
That's
now.
my favorite. That's my favorite story.
Anyway, they ran into the Walmart, so they're not. But
So they're not good driving. The dogs need some instruction.
in their defense, they've had none.
That's
up
true.
to this
That's
point.
true. You don't give a dog you don't walk. Supervise it. If you're gonna let your dog drive, supervise him. Don't just walk in the store and let your dog practice.
Some tricks you can't teach.
There you go. That's what I'm saying.
He drove straight through the front. Milo drove through the front of the Walmart.
He drove into the door.
He drove into the building. That
Which
would
one
be
of
correct.
the Abbott or Chaplin would be driving?
Chaplin.
Chaplin, for sure.
Abbott would be screaming, "No, let me out, let me out, let me out, let me out." That's what happened. We got one dog that's basically listens to The Cure all the time. The other one
And
listens
cuts himself.
and the other one listens to Born in the USA, but doesn't understand that it's a dark song. He thinks it's a rock anthem. All right, guys, thanks for listening to Titus Podcast.
If you want to see Christopher Titus, you can see him and myself this Friday and Saturday, the 12th and the 13th at Cleveland Hilarities.
Cleveland Hilarities, guys. I'm going to start breaking in some of the new stuff right now.
Next Tuesday, the 16th, 5 p.m. Burbank Comedy Festival.
We're doing the podcast.
We are going to be there, so come out to the Burbank Comedy Festival. You can go all week, actually.
Yep.
A lot of stuff happening.
A lot of stuff happening there. A lot of really good shows.
Tom Segura's going to be there. Jimmy Pardo's going to be there. The Burbank Comedy Festival, it needed one. London, New York, Montreal, Burbank.
If you're an aspiring comedian too, they've got a lot of really great workshops. I know they're also running a workshop on how to do comedy podcasts and how to become a better comedy writer. So there's a lot more in that festival than just sitting and laughing. You can learn.
Yeah, you can actually learn how to become a comedian.
Ooh.
Right, and then you could be on Raw Dog and Bombshell can be mad at you.
Oh my gosh. And then the following week, the 23rd, we're going to be at the Richmond, Virginia Funny Bone, the 24th, Virginia Beach Funny Bone, and then the 25th through the 27th, Philly Helium.
Great club, guys, great club. And again, we've already filmed Born with a Defect. I'm starting to write the new show right now. I think for the next 4 months, I'm going to be talking about what's going on in our political system. I guarantee it'll be funny.
Oh, boy.
Do me a favor, guys. Help the podcast out.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, no, it'll be fun. Do me a favor. Help the podcast out. Go to ChristopherTitus.com and get a DVD. There's 6 other specials there. They're all 90 minutes. Comedy Central's, there's like 40 minutes that Comedy Central showed in each one. And help us out. You don't have to donate to the podcast. You can actually get a DVD. I sign them all. We'll get them to you. Go ahead.
Also, go to CombustionSpeedwear.com.
Yep.
We're having our summer sale.
Yeah.
So 15% off everything
You've
that we got on
never
stock.
sounded more gay ever.
Yeah, that was weird, dude. You said it very, 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 very show businessy. It was odd. What we're doing right now is we've got some jackets. So Combustion Speedwear, if you guys don't know, we make the best leather jackets in the world. I'm not making it up. They're all hand built by this guy here in L.A. They're made in the USA. Even we source all our leather from USA. Well, actually, Italian leather, Japanese silk. But we buy it from companies that sell it here. Winter's coming up. So go to CombustionSpeedwear.com. We got cool T-shirts and we got leather jackets. And honestly, these are leather jackets that are you're gonna be able to hand down to your kids. They're that badass. They have a vintage look and they're badass. Can I say badass one more time?
Badass.
Badass.
All right, I got to roll.
All right, we're out of here, guys. For myself, Bombshell Rae, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.
Jello. It's Jello.
I know what I'm supposed to say.
Well,
Just
you're
got me
not
scared.
saying it. What are you scared of?
Willie, let's do it
Because
again.
he jumped in on your part. Was that way?
Yeah, mess me up, man. I was like in
Okay,
the
it's
middle
okay.
of
I've
it. in the
replaced
middle of
you.
Okay, no.
it. Yo, man. What did you just say?
Willie.
No, this motherfucker, you replaced me. Look, man, I was helping my government. I was on the witness protection
He's
program.
turned purple.
Yo, dude, you need to
Look,
back
he's
it down.
scared.
Yeah, you should be scared.
Okay, Willie, back down. He's not going to hurt you, Fetus. It's okay.
You wanna assert your dominance
For myself, Bombshell, Willie, and the Fetus. Later.
Peace out.
See ya.
Jello. Yeah, that's better.
No, you were supposed to say Jello and then see ya.
Nah, he been here for a while. I'll earn it back. I got to get my spot back.
How are you going
He
to do
already
that?
talking shit, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to scare him a little bit.